Measuring the gap between two panels is sometimes very difficult. If you have access to the gap you need to measure, you can just use a vernier or a tape measure to take a quick measurement. The difficulty comes when you're trying to measure a gap which you can't see or access. This hatch is a good example of when it's fitted onto the external wall of a caravan or motorhome. You physically can't get inside a small locker to measure the gap between the door and the frame when the door is closed. Buying a replacement sill is then sometimes very difficult as you're left guessing on the size of the gap which you need to fill. If you buy a product which is too big, you won't be able to close the door. If you buy a product which is too small, you'll be able to close the door, but you risk not being able to create a seal, and then you stand the chance of getting water ingress into your locker. There is a fairly simple trick that allows you to take the measurement of a hidden gap. If you stick a piece of BluTack onto one edge, when you close the door, this will then squash the BluTack to the size of the gap. You can then remove it, take a measurement of its thickness, and that will give you the size of the gap you need to fill. To show a closer example, if we open up our lid, we can put a nice big bit of BluTack onto one edge. If we then push down with the lid, and I'm going to push down so that the door is roughly level with the edge of the frame, and this is what we will want to achieve when we later get a sponge rubber seal to fit onto this edge. We can open up the door, and we see that our BluTack has been squashed to the precise size of the gap. And we know this because it is slightly overhung that edge, and we've got some indentations on the top from the top of the lid. So if we take a measurement, from both parts we can see measures just under 17 mil. So we know the gap between this edge and the door when closed is approximately 17 mil. You may find that the BluTack sticks to both edges, which is then difficult to open the lid, or it then stretches the BluTack and will give you an inaccurate measurement. What you can do is apply a small amount of talcum powder to one surface to make it non-stick. So in this case, if we wanted to put some talcum powder on the top here, it will still be sticky and will stick to the bottom edge, but when we close the door, it's connecting with the non-stick surface, so it won't stick to the door. If you are measuring this gap so that you can buy a sponge rubber section to create a watertight seal, you can buy these products from our website at sealsdirect.co.uk. We stock a very large range of sponge seals, edge trims and glazing gaskets, which are perfect for applications like this, where you need to create a long-lasting watertight seal. Most of these products are available by the meter, so you can purchase just a few meters if you're doing a small hatch like this, or much larger quantities. Thank you.